Only 1 month into 2020 and we're already exhausted. All sorts of things have happened in January. In a month, we've lost so many lives, but the one that was the most devastating for the industry was Kobe Bryant's. To honor him and a few other stars from our history who have died tragically in accidents, we've created this video to remember their legacy. After hitting the subscription and bell button, we want you to watch this video carefully, and if you can add someone to the list, add them in the comments. Let's get to it. I'll start the list with the R&B queen Aaliyah, whose successful career ended at the age of 22 with a tragic plane crash. Aaliyah was born on January 16, 1979 in New York. Her name means the highest or the best in Arabic, so considering that, her career was destined to be amazingly successful. Aaliyah made her debut in the early 90s when she was a teenager. At the age of 10, she took part in the Star Search TV show, where she caught the attention of many despite not winning the show. Then, together with her aunt, a known singer Gladys Knight, she performed in several concerts in Las Vegas. In 1992, the singer began working on her debut album with R. Kelly. The two bonded very quickly, and the result of their collaboration was the Age Ain't Nothing But a Number album, which was released in 1994 and it instantly became a huge success. The album received positive feedback right away, and it went platinum in the United States. Her next 1996 album, One in a Million, turned out to be even more successful. Her music career was not the only area she was successful in. After winning the heart of fans with her music, Aaliyah started her acting career. She made her debut in the year 2000 in the movie Romeo Must Die, and later she played in Queen of the Damned. It might come as a surprise to you, but Aaliyah was also supposed to play in The Matrix. But since she hadn't shot enough scenes before her death, the producers decided to cut her out of the production. In 2001, the artist released her last album with the title Aaliyah. To film the music video of one of the songs, Rock the Boat, they decided to go to the Bahamas. 60 people took part in the production, but Aaliyah decided to return to the States earlier along with 8 others. The plane she took crashed 200 feet from the runway, and all passengers and the pilot died in it. A later investigation showed that Aaliyah suffered severe body and head burns. The pilot of the flight, Luis Morales III, wasn't even properly licensed to fly. And that recklessness resulted in us losing an angel forever. Her funeral took place on August 31, 2001. To this day, people still remember Aaliyah and the legacy she left behind. Paul Walker was born on September 12, 1973 in Glendale, California. He began his career in a commercial for Pampers when he was a little kid, began modeling at the age of 2, and started working on TV in 1985. His film career started in 1986 with the movie Monster in the Closet. But his breakthrough role was in The Fast and the Furious, where he played opposite actor Vin Diesel. That same project was the one that we lost him to. On November 30, 2013, while driving out of a charity for victims of Typhoon Haiyan, in his Porsche Carrera GT, his car crashed into a concrete lamppost and 2 trees and burst into flames. He was 40 years old. There was no alcohol or drugs found in his system, and even the car didn't have any mechanical failures. This incident happened while he was in the middle of filming Furious 7, so the project went on an indeterminate hiatus, but they had to complete the movie. So in order to do that, the crew used the actor's brothers as doubles. Paul's body was cremated and his ashes were buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park. James Dean was born on the 8th of February 1931 in Indiana. James' first TV appearance was in a Pepsi-Cola commercial, and from then on he knew what he wanted. He quit college to be able to act full-time. His first role was in the movie Hill No. 1. Even though he did have roles in different projects, Dean was still struggling to find his way in Hollywood. While doing so, he was working at the parking lot at CBS Studios, and that is where he met Rogers Brackett. Soon, he gained admission to the Actors Studio to study method acting under Lee Strasberg. And from then on, he started gaining popularity. Dean was interested in racing from the beginning, but decided to develop his interest in 1954. After the success of his movie East of Eden, James purchased many cars and motorcycles, among which were a Triumph Tiger T110 and a Porsche 356. He then started his auto racing career professionally. He achieved first place in the novice class and second place at the main Palm Springs road races. Unfortunately, this interest of his was what we lost him to. On September 30th, 1955, while passing through an intersection with his Porsche, Dean was unable to stop his car in time. An oncoming 1950 Ford Tudor hit his car on the driver's side, which resulted in his car being thrown to the side of the highway. James got trapped in the car and sustained many fatal injuries, one of which was a broken neck. According to the CHP officer, wreckage and the position of Dean's body indicated his speed at the time of the accident was around 55 miles per hour. James was pronounced dead shortly after the accident at the hospital on the 30th of September 1955. For his role in the movie East of Eden, Dean became the first actor to receive a posthumous Academy Award nomination for Best Actor. He will always be remembered as a cultural icon. The entire planet was mourning on August 31, 1997, after the death of Diana, Princess of Wales, who lost her life in the infamous car accident. To outwit the press, Diana and her partner Dodi escaped through the back door of the Hotel Ritz of Paris and got into a Mercedes. Unfortunately, the vehicle they had chosen had a long history of failures that had been reported by all previous owners. The car was said to have been repaired, but it had a small failure when the speed exceeded 70 to 80 kilometers per hour. Despite this, the driver, who according to the analysis was found with a high level of alcohol in his blood, decided to accelerate to avoid some people on motorcycles that did not stop taking pictures of the couple. He entered the bridge tunnel of Alma at a speed between 126 and 150 kilometers per hour, and that is when it happened. Lady Diana died in the hospital as a result of injuries caused by the accident. A French judicial investigation found Henry Paul, the driver, guilty because of the vehicle's high speed and for being intoxicated. But nothing really became clear. No one was held accountable for this incident and the death of the People's Princess. They said that the cause of death was due to the fact that both Lady Di and Dodi were not wearing safety belts. This is how, on the 31st of August 1997, we lost our princess forever. Since he was a little kid, John F. Kennedy Jr. dreamed of flying his own plane. He took flying lessons at the Flight Safety Academy in Vero Beach, Florida, and received his pilot's license in 1998. On July 16, 1999, John, alongside his wife Carolyn and sister-in-law, flew in a Piper Saratoga light aircraft to attend the wedding of his cousin, Rory Kennedy, in Martha's Vineyard, but they never made it there. Even though Kennedy had checked in with the control tower, his plane was reported to be missing after it didn't arrive as scheduled. Later, pieces of the plane were found scattered in the Atlantic Ocean and the bodies were found. The National Transportation Safety Board said the cause of the crash was Kennedy's failure to maintain control of the airplane during a descent over water at night. His childhood dream of becoming a pilot is what took him from us. And finally, a basketball legend, a role model, and simply a dad, Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bean Bryant was born on August 23, 1978 in Philadelphia. Being great at sports ran in their family. His father, Joe Bryant, was a well-known NBA player for the Philadelphia 76ers, San Diego Clippers, and Houston Rockets. When Kobe was 3, he watched his father's games and tried to imitate his actions on the court. He wanted to be a basketball player just like his father. To be able to follow his dream, even while he lived in Italy with his family, Kobe regularly practiced with his father and analyzed recordings of matches and instructional videos that his father had been sent from the US on VHS tapes. Besides that, every summer he flew to America, where he played in the Junior NBA Summer League. His hard work started paying off when, after they moved back to the US, he got to the Aces team in Lower Merion High School in Pennsylvania when he was just a freshman. After graduating from high school, Kobe, with number 13 in the NBA draft, was selected by the Charlotte Hornets. They later traded him with the LA Lakers for the Serbian center Vlade Divac. Kobe's first $3.5 million contract was signed by his parents because at the time of the draft, he was only 17 years old. While signed to the LA Lakers, Kobe became the youngest player to ever play in the NBA and also became the youngest NBA starter ever. During the 20 years of his career, Bryant managed to become a legend. He would start his training at 4:15 a.m. and wouldn't leave the court until he threw 800 throws. Kobe won 2 Olympic gold medals in Beijing and London with the national team, but his entire career was associated with the Los Angeles Lakers. He won 5 NBA championships and scored 33,643 points in 20 seasons, which made him the 4th in the all-time ranking. In 2016, after scoring 60 points in his final NBA game, Bryant retired. The reason was mainly due to health problems. Even though he no longer played basketball, it was still a huge part of his life. He launched a sports school called Mamba Sports Academy that organizes basketball games, jiu-jitsu tournaments, and meetings with NBA stars. He also published an autobiography titled The Mamba Mentality: How I Play, in which he revealed the story of his struggles with his mental and physical work during his 20 seasons spent on the NBA courts. During his career, he even received an Oscar. Kobe received the award for Best Animated Short Film for his film Dear Basketball, which was based on a poem he wrote and was somehow the story of his own life. It's a story of an athlete who is a little boy and dreams of playing among the best in the NBA league. The person who inspired Kobe to write the script for this short movie was his daughter Gianna. The tragic accident that took Kobe Bryant from us happened on January 26, 2020. The helicopter carrying Kobe, along with 7 other passengers and the pilot, for unexplained reasons fell to the ground in Calabasas, California. He and his 13-year-old daughter Gianna were flying to a game since she was playing basketball in her father's academy. Many predicted that Gigi was going to have an amazing career in the WNBA, just like her legendary dad. But the universe took them both from us way too soon. Our thoughts and prayers are with the families of these stars, and their memories will always stay alive in our minds. May they all rest in peace. This was the list for us. Now that we are at the end of the video, it's your turn. In the comments, name the stars who have lost their lives in an accident that we've forgotten to mention in this video. I'll be waiting for you there, and remember to like, share, and become a part of our Curiosips family by subscribing to our channel. Until next time.